Introducing The Madness, a psychological horror novel that will take you on a terrifying journey into the depths of trauma and mental illness. Follow the young protagonist as she becomes increasingly haunted by eerie visions and unsettling occurrences after a tragic event. Brace yourself for a roller coaster of suspense as the book pulls you into the protagonist's descent into madness. It all starts with a troubled beginning. The protagonist returns to her childhood home after experiencing a devastating accident that resulted in the loss of a loved one. But there's a mysterious twist. Her memory of the event is fragmented, leaving it shrouded in mystery. From the very beginning, an air of suspense is established, setting the stage for the psychological tension that will grip you throughout the story as the protagonist tries to settle back into her old life. Strange and unexplainable phenomena begin to plague her existence. At first, they may seem like minor oddities, objects, out of place, fleeting shadows in the corner of her vision, and whispers in the dark. But these occurrences grow increasingly frequent and more disturbing, instilling a growing sense of dread in both the protagonist and the reader. With each passing day, the protagonist's mental state deteriorates. As the supernatural encounters intensify, she finds herself questioning her own sanity, unsure if the events unfolding before her are real or mere figments of her traumatized mind. The author masterfully blurs the line between reality and delusion, leaving the reader on edge, never quite sure what to believe. As the story unfolds, flashbacks to the traumatic event that brought her back home interweave with the present-day narrative. These fragmented and confusing memories mirror the protagonist's struggle to unravel the truth of what really happened. Determined to uncover the hidden depths of her past, she unearths buried memories that suggest there's more to the accident than she initially believed. But it's in the climax where the tension reaches its peak. The protagonist comes face to face with the full force of the supernatural presence that has been haunting her all along. Prepare yourself for a series of harrowing events that will push her to the brink of insanity. The novel's horror elements come alive, engulfing you in vivid and unsettling imagery that perfectly captures the protagonist's fear and desperation. Amidst the nightmare, the protagonist begins to confront the painful truth about her trauma. In the midst of her torment, she must revisit long-suppressed memories, bringing her face to face with the darkness lurking within. It's here that the supernatural elements of the story intertwine with her fragile psychological state, blurring the lines even further. The reader is left questioning whether the horror she experiences is real or a twisted manifestation of her tormented mind. The Madness is a nail-biting journey that explores the terrifying power of trauma and mental illness with suspense, eerie settings, and an atmosphere that will keep you on the edge of your seat. This psychological horror novel delves deep into the protagonist's harrowing descent into madness.
Brace yourself for a chilling
and unforgettable read that will leave you questioning the very fabric of reality. As the novel reaches its resolution, the protagonist faces a pivotal moment in her journey. The truth about the traumatic event is finally revealed, providing a sense of closure to the storyline. However, the resolution is bittersweet, as the protagonist must now grapple with the lingering effects of her ordeal. The ending of The Madness intentionally leaves the reader to ponder the true nature of the events that transpired. Was the horror she experienced real, or was it all in her mind? The final scenes of the novel hint at the blurred line between reality and madness, leaving the reader with a sense of ambiguity. Throughout the story, the protagonist's psychological journey remains the central focus. Her descent into madness is depicted with empathy, allowing the reader to empathize with her. Despite her increasingly erratic behavior, the reader becomes fully immersed in her world, experiencing her fear and confusion firsthand. Secondary characters also play crucial roles in the narrative, often serving as contrast to the protagonist. Some characters offer support, aiding her in navigating her trauma, while others add to her distress, dismissing her experiences, or even contributing to her anguish. These interactions further complicate the protagonist's situation, adding to the novel's tension and keeping the reader engaged until the very end. The Madness is a chilling novel that delves into the thin line between madness and sanity, exploring the protagonist's struggle to distinguish between reality and delusion. The theme of trauma and its impact on memory is a significant part of the story, as the protagonist's fragmented memories of a traumatic event distort her perception of reality.
This nonlinear narrative structure
Reflects the protagonist's disordered mental state, adding to the novel's suspense and vivid,
immersive atmosphere.
The theme of isolation is also prevalent in The Madness, as the protagonist's return to her childhood home mirrors her emotional isolation, compounding her sense of loneliness and helplessness. The novel makes extensive use of symbolism and imagery
Depicting the protagonist's childhood home
as a decaying, oppressive place that mirrors her psychological state. The supernatural elements of the story symbolize the protagonist's inner demons, representing the fears and memories she's tried to suppress. Dawn Kurtagich has crafted a powerful exploration of the effects of trauma and the fragility of the human mind, blending psychological thriller and horror genres to create a deeply unsettling narrative. For fans of psychological horror, The Madness offers a gripping, thought-provoking read that leaves readers questioning what is real and what is imagined long after turning the final page.